pointed at her and told her to get up and dance, and so she did.
This is now over. From Saskatchewan, third immigration, second representing Italy, the women's gold medal game, sheet number 8, sorry, Alberta Curling Club, Skip Portuguese, third is Young, second is Evans, and the lead is And let's welcome the whole team from Manitoba Forward Curling Club, Tracy Andrews, second third, Jill Denny, second Diane Christian, and the lead, April Classen. You do all of the guys who are on, we're going to sing that in as presented by your medalists and Canadian travelers. I know I said something last time, but I like you. Mr. Forget, please come closer.
I'm tired and
I'm tired of horses. You know what they ever did? We learned the racing tired of horses. We're going to get you one last time.
Here we go, on 3.
get in here.
It's good to hear you. Make sure you stay hands on horses.
1, 2, 3.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command, with glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free, from far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
West. Curling. Curling.
Good morning, curling fans, and welcome to Championship Day here in beautiful British Columbia at the Kelowna Curling Club. I am here joined with Steve Schmidt, and I am Lee Armstrong, and we are so pleased to be commentating the Ontario versus Saskatchewan Canadian Championship final here at the Travelers Curling Club Championship.
Yeah, thanks, Lee. We've got the men's final, Ontario versus Saskatchewan, the two undefeated teams playing for the gold and silver medals. We couldn't ask for a better matchup. They've been the two most consistent teams all week, and I think we're going to see some aggressive play. I think we're going to see a lot of effort to try and work their deuces early, get off to a good start, and as suspected, Saskatchewan's asked for a center guard to start the game.
Saskatchewan winning the draw to the button for Hammer. And in an 8-end game, that's so important, so they got to feel good about that.
For the last time.
First Saskatchewan rock just overcurls just a little bit, just an off-center guard. Ontario's going to try and take advantage of this right away. He's gone to the wide end turn, looking for this rock to be in the top 8, top 4.
Steve, clean.
Don't want to.
Clean, fill that. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Wreck it.
Nose it.
We're through.
You gotta go.
Through.
Hard for the kick.
Through.
Hard. Low. Low.
Just ticks the back of that rock, but it might not have been a bad thing.
Yeah,
It was a little heavy, so
yeah,
slowed it down, stopped back 8.
again, excellent communication between the front end and Wesley Forget in the house. He knew at the halfway point that rock was a little bit heavy, so called the line accordingly. Saskatchewan not taking any chances here. They're going to hit this rock. Hit and stick is the call. No need to roll behind. It would be behind the tee line, and be something for Wesley to freeze onto.
Now you talk about nerves and being in a Canadian final.
Yeah, I spoke to both teams just before the game, and they are they've been in Bonspiel finals before, and they've been in big club games, and they both look very confident. They're all prepared. They get here about an hour before the game and do their stretching and getting mentally prepared for the game. So I'm not surprised that we see a few rocks in play right away. These guys are ready to play and put on a show for us today.
Saskatchewan has their provincial Travelers Championship at the end of last season, so they had theirs in March, where Ontario played down and had their provincial championships in Oshawa, and that was in October.
Line's pretty good. Yep, go hard, Dave. Hard, Dave, bury it.
Beautiful weight.
Well, I got hair high.
There you go, Graham. Hair high nose.
Shouldn't do much.
I was so impressed with Wesley yesterday. He comes in with a very clear game plan. He knows how to get the best out of his players. He puts the broom in the right spot. all the things you look for in a great skip.
Yeah, he didn't make too many mistakes yesterday at all, like zero. It was a really fun execution of how to call a competitive curling game. Saskatchewan with the rock full 4, and he feels that it's guardable, and has asked David Schmerber to put a tight guard on this. And again, we're seeing lots of swing on the ice. It's very, very consistent. It's been consistent all week long. Somewhere between 3.5 and 5 feet of curl, depending on where you are on the sheet. Both skips have had absolutely no problem picking up on where to put the broom.
It's consistent, and you have to remember that it's almost 5 feet faster going towards the glass. And that's a constant reminder for your team. Every time you're throwing towards the glass or even throwing away, it's a little bit heavier, it's a little bit faster. And these guys have picked up on that right away. Just ticks the top one, opens it up.
We'll see Saskatchewan try and guard this rock again.
We talk about experience, and Corey and his team won the Travelers Curling Club Championship in 2014 at the Mayflower Curling Club in Halifax.
Ironically enough, they won that championship against Team Ontario, and I'm told that Team Ontario is watching our broadcast today at one of the players' houses. The rematch from 2014.
You want to go down the board?
The skip of Team Ontario in 2014 was Mike Hull.
And it was the same team with the exception of the third. And Mark Adams played third in 2014. Mark has since moved back to Thunder Bay, but I'm sure he's cheering on the team from Northern Ontario.
Really hard! Really hard!
Sweeping.
Yeah, hit and roll out by Team Ontario. Gives Team Saskatchewan an opportunity to come around a much better center guard. Get a rock tucked in there, quite top button. I think would be perfect for them.
Good morning, everyone. We have a 50-50 ticket, winning ticket from last night, $300. Check your yellow ticket. The ticket number is 337.
Top button.
Again, it's the yellow ticket from last
Top
night.
button's the call.
Hard.
337.
Read up. Read up. Every inch.
Perfect shot by the Saskatchewan third Krejci. We see that that rock. That was a full 5
Make it that way.
feet of curl coming in on the outturn side of the sheet.
Just misses the back one. I mean, I don't think I'd want to leave David too many of those run backs. He's making them virtually all the time, so that's kind of his bread and butter. He throws it so well.
And these guys throw it with such velocity, but they do it so accurately. It's a great weapon to have in the arsenal for Team Ontario. So first skips rock for Saskatchewan. attempting a guard on the rock that's full 4, just high of the tee line.
How good is that? Completely buried. The one on the 4-foot.
Absolutely perfect.
And it's so nice as a skip to be able to throw, a guard or a draw in the first end just to get your comfort level for draw weight.
Two very, very experienced skips. No sign of nerves at all. They both totally prepared, ready to play.
I'd be a bit nervous. Would you?
Absolutely. I think it's one of those situations that if you can put yourself into this position a couple of times, but as we all know, any sort of championship in Canada is ridiculously hard.
Great shot.
Just perfect. We see Wesley with the peel weight, run back, take the rock off the top of the 4.
And that's the kind of shot making we've been seeing all week. And it's a testament to all the teams here, and it's a testament to club curling, that it's alive and well across Canada. And it's elite. It's an elite level. And these players are they're shot makers. The percentages have been high. We don't keep percentages here, but we kind of did yesterday, and Team Ontario, they were well into the 80s as a team.
Absolutely. By my math, I think Wesley was close to 96% for the game.
The guy's on a mission.
Just they're making everything. It's but they've also been given a surface to play on that is conducive to excellent shot making. They know exactly where to put the broom. The ice is incredibly consistent. The speed has been great all week. And as a player, that's really all you can ask for. An excellent, consistent surface that when you put the broom down, you know exactly what the rock's going to do. We haven't had any talk this week at all from any one of the teams about bad rocks, about cutters, or one rock curls more than another. It has not been a concern.
Wesley would like to roll out here to blank the end. Doesn't quite get it, so force of 1. And Saskatchewan will have the hammer in the second.
So now we're coming back to the glass, and we've seen this over and over again this week, where the first couple of rocks in the second end, the sheet just gets a little bit faster after the first end, and then we've got that roughly 5 feet of difference in weight coming back towards the glass that we've seen historically this week. We've seen the first couple of rocks be just a little bit heavy. Now, Wesley's asked for this rock to come into the house. So it'll be interesting to see what Team Saskatchewan does if this is executed properly.
Mine's good. Let it work if you can. Doesn't really grow. We're heavy. We're top 10.
And the word from the front end was a little bit heavy, which is actually not a surprise.
And that's that 5 feet faster coming towards the glass. It sneaks up on you, and it's a significant difference.
And Saskatchewan, true to form, is going to throw a corner guard. Try and keep the play away from the center line and work on trying to get their deuce. So, Lee and I have been getting some great feedback on our broadcasts from people, from the players and family members, people here at the Kelowna Curling Club, and we've been told that there's people watching our broadcasts all over the world, New Zealand and Australia and Europe. So if you have a minute, sign into the site so you can leave a comment. We can't read them while we're broadcasting, but would love to know where you're from, where you're watching from, whether you're watching the frozen bowls in Australia or in France. Send us a note. Let us know that you're watching.
And we do ask for your assistance. Thanks so much. Enjoy the game.
The quality of live stream here too is fantastic, and live streaming has come such a long way for curling over the past 10 years. It's almost as if you're watching it right on TV. It's the exact same thing, and we're so proud to be able to provide this streaming for you to watch at home. Sweepers are on this one. Just rubs the top. It was a little light.
And we haven't said that much coming towards the glass. Just a bit light. And our video and sound people have done just a phenomenal job giving us the video that we're able to watch. We saw a bit of a change with in strategy on Team Ontario a couple of shots ago with the corner guard going up. Team Ontario chose to try and dictate the play, which both skips really want to do. They threw a center guard. Saskatchewan tried to come around it, just a hair light rubbed off. Ontario tried to go around it and just rubbed off. So now we see 4 rocks, 2 red, 2 yellow, all in that free guard zone, in that control area at the front of the house that can be advanced or run back, which both these teams have in their playbook. And Team Saskatchewan has asked for their second to tap up the yellow rock just off the center line.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Hard. Hard. Hard.
And rolled on. Absolutely perfect. Perfect weight, perfect line. Saskatchewan with the hammer line too.
Gets pretty straight out on the wings.
And as we see with Team Ontario, they can throw it high and hard, but they can also throw the touch shots. They can bring the weight down to control and bumper to work the rolls and try and roll behind guards.
Yep, gotta go.
Team Saskatchewan would like to get a roll in behind the guard.
Hard, Wes. Really hard for a piece.
I think he was a little tight out of his hand because they were on it the whole way down. And Wesley will take a look to see if they can get through the hole here or if they're going to have to ignore it and go around.
Do we throw peel? If you kill the one, it's not the end of the world. Burn's not bad. Okay.
And that's playing to your player's strengths. He knows David throws this very accurately, so he's going to throw that firm weight and take the guesswork out of the curl, out of the ice.
No.
And he throws it so cleanly.
Nice shot.
Beautiful.
And rolls perfectly behind the guard. Well done.
Sideways. Good throw, Dave. You give that one more lift. Yeah, but it's like if you're a millimeter wide, it does nothing. I need to bring you like on the inside of the rock. Yeah. Well,
Yep. All right. Oh.
Just missed the run back. But he's opened up shot rock
You're a little higher, eh?
for now.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're talking about the placement of this guard, and they're asking for it to be a little bit higher than the last one.
Oh no, then they can't play.
He's looking 2 shots ahead, and he wants to make the run back
We're even. They do this.
takeout to be a little bit longer, which makes it a little bit harder for Team Saskatchewan.
Okay. Sure.
David is a competitive curler. He plays second for Dana Durrell, and just recently won the Tier 2 championship in Cranbrook, BC as part of the Slam, and sparing for Don Bowser on Team Greg Ballston. He's been curling a lot this year.
All the way, both of you. Graham, help. You gotta make it deep. Can't let it roll out. Hard.
Yep.
Don't stop. All the way.
Hard.
Good throw.
Just a slight opening, just a half a rock, a quarter of a rock under curl that what Wesley had asked for. And Wesley's a competitive curler in his own right. He mentioned his competitive team that he spends a lot of time with Cody Moss and Scott McDonald and Jeff Grant, and he said he's been getting a lot of really good text messages and wishes from them this week, and he wanted to thank them for that. As I'm talking, Saskatchewan brings the weight way down to just hack through the house. Makes a perfect hit and roll.
That was a beautiful shot.
I think we're going to get to see all types of curling shots today. This is a real treat.
That's draw to button, I think, for now, but that's going to run into the 6, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe there. It breaks.
Sure.
It breaks
Yeah,
a little
okay.
later. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I like
just
that.
inside halfway as well. And I can throw and draw the button that I threw already here in the practice. Okay.
So he's taking the ice for the draw, trying to come around his own just off center guard. And he's mentioned that he's taken the same ice that he did in practice for the draw to the button. So I expect this to be very, very close.
Clean. Clean it. Sandy.
Sandy clean.
Sandy.
Sandy hard.
Sandy.
Sandy hard.
Hard.
Hard, Sandy.
Really going hard for line.
Line's good.
I think they like the weight.
Wait only. Wait only. Wait only.
And that's buried behind that higher guard.
Okay.
And Corey's going to follow him down. Sit right on top.
So the perfect placement for this rock would be about 1 rock higher than the rock that was just thrown, just touching the white of the button area. I expect him to be very close. This looks a little bit hot.
I was speaking to Jennifer Colwell before the game. That's Corey's significant other. And I just said, is he nervous? And she says, Corey just doesn't get nervous. He's never up. He's never down. He's just very level-headed. So if he is nervous, she wouldn't be able to tell. And that's a sign of a good skip. Like, don't get too highs on the highs, too low on the lows.
We have to get there, Dave. A third? Yeah. We can leave it way up there, too, as a biter.
That's a very fair comment, Lee. He was very quiet before the game when I was downstairs. Just really didn't have a lot to say. He was getting prepared, and as these ends develop, neither one of these skips is going to outskip the other guy. We're not going to see any big surprises. All we're going to see is execution after execution. So this is a good opportunity on the missed draw attempt for Ontario to put another rock into the 4-foot area. He wants this one just short of the tee line. Just biting the 4-foot would be ideal.
Hard Graham for now, yeah.
Hard!
All the way.
Whoa!
Yes!
Wait only!
Hard Graham!
Yeah, hard Graham! Hard Graham!
Hard Graham!
Line's real good! Get it there, boys!
Just excellent
Switch and
sweeping.
go, switch and go,
I'm directly
Dave.
behind the sheet,
Line's
directly
really
in
good.
line with
Yeah.
that.
You gotta go, Dave!
And
Whoa!
absolutely
Beauty.
perfect. They held that rock perfectly straight for about 30 feet coming down the sheet, anticipating the curl behind the guard.
So Corey's looking at a couple options here. I think his gut instinct is to draw a tee line on the open side. There's not much room for error. And as a second option, running in the yellow.
It's buried from the right half.
I think we got to play this. They're both the same. They're both almost perfectly precise shots. So
Those two need to go on second.
a little more. We can't worry too much about the. We got to make sure we get the line right.
Yeah. I want to get a time on it so we know exactly what it was.
Now, Corey's first thought on this was to draw a wide out turn and go around that rock just thrown by Wesley, drawing for his one full 4 at the. But he's going basically around a rock that's at top 4, and has chosen a run back on the rock that he just threw. He felt they were both extremely precise, and that this might be just a hair easier to get his 1 point.
Yeah, the level of difficulty here is quite high.
Graham and I watched the Newfoundland game, and
He's not throwing big weight. Looks to be about board.
He's going to be close.
Whoa! Curl. Curl.
Doesn't quite hit enough of it, and the weight came down. And that's a steal of 2 for Ontario. 3-0 going into the third end.
Well, if you
Two
don't
for the
think
bad
they
guys.
do anything different, I haven't seen anything funny from either one of them.
I know.
Top 4. He missed one shot.
You saw some of the sponsors pop up on the screen, and I'm fortunate enough to be in the marketing department at Travelers Canada and to be a part of the Travelers Curling Club Championship since its inception in 2009. And over the 8 years, I've seen the championship grow to being one of the most participated curling championships in the world. And we're very proud to be a part of grassroots curling across Canada. It allows travelers to have our name in curling clubs across Canada, where we do business and offer our insurance products through independent insurance brokers.
Did pound it the whole way too.
And as a club curler myself, having an event like this, having the gold at the end of the rainbow, that those Monday night men's games and those Thursday night games can get you into a position where your team is playing for a national championship, and without companies like Travelers and their support and their network supporting curling.
That's right.
This event would not be happening, and we thank them for that. This is just first class all the way, and I'm sure Travelers is very, very proud to be associated with such an excellent event.
Weight's real good.
Hey, all the way.
And that was the thought process behind it back in 2008 when George Cook assembled our advisory committee. There's a lot of elite curling tournaments for the elite curlers, the high-performance athletes, but there wasn't something for the curlers that are giving back to their club, curling on that Tuesday night men's league, supporting their club and their community. And from there, we created the provincial and national championships. And next year, the 2017 Travelers Curling Club Championship will go back to Ontario, to the Cataract Way Golf and Country Club, which coincidentally is the home club to Team Ontario.
And Wesley would like nothing better than to get back to that and be able to sleep in his own bed every night, playing this event again.
He'll have to wait a year because the eligibility rules are as such that you have to sit, take a year off. And the thought process behind that is to allow more teams, more curlers the opportunity to come to the big show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was just good normal. Yeah.
But I wouldn't doubt he'll be there watching the games or volunteering.
Like that price? Either or, right? Dave? Whoa, yep. Hard. Yep. Oh, wow. That's fine.
Graham Wathwell comes from a curling family. I know his brother Ian is watching the live stream. And you see that a lot in curling where it's a family sport. There's a lot of brothers, father, sons, as in David and Sandy, father and son, playing together this week. They play together in the club, and it's a nice, good news story.
No real surprises with the strategy of this end. Saskatchewan is down 3, but definitely not out of this game. They are attempting to manipulate the rocks, the Ontario rocks, back into the house to create a little bit of a wall, something that would be to their advantage a little bit later in the end.
I'm not really afraid of this. We can just peel again. The double's there.
Wesley's talking about a double
Sure, play it.
with the yellow corner guard, removing that rock first and rolling in towards the other yellow rock that is just biting the top 8.
We're way too thin. Way too thin. Good.
Okay. Corner guard removed. Saskatchewan has a really, really high corner guard that is just guarding the very, very outside of the 12 foot on the outturn side, and Saskatchewan skip has opted to utilize that corner guard, ignore shot stone on the 4 foot, and deal with that later. Try and set up his deuce this way.
Shots like that, don't be afraid to call. No line. Wes hasn't been using the outside. As long as we're not super field, I think it's good.
Little hot. And it stops back 12 foot. Saskatchewan is second and third shot.
Sure. Try to throw control with lots of ice.
No, like normal.
Okay. Should be close.
Yeah, that's what you're getting Graham for a peel. That's good. No, I think left.
Yeah, I thought that was, yeah. Oh, last, okay.
Now they're using split times, so they time the rock while it's being delivered from the back line of the house to the hog line. So 61 would be a 3. So a lot of teams use that split time, and our ice here has been about 3.75 to the tee line with a little bit of sweeping. So that rock made it just past the tee line with no sweeping at all at 3.61.
Board?
Forward, yeah.
So you see Wesley's taken more ice this time and has to wait to come down a little bit in order to get a little bit more curl out of this rock.
Yeah, this rock is buried, but this is as we would say, it's a one guard, so it's very high.
Yes.
Go,
Yes.
go, go,
Yes.
go, go, go,
Gonna hit it.
Whoa.
David won't be happy about that result. And this gives Saskatchewan an opportunity to sit 3.
And Lee just referred to a one guard. Many years ago, the Randy Furby foursome implemented a system of communication between the front end and the skip about where the rock is going to end up. And just over the hog line would be a 1, and just through the house was an 11. And so everywhere in between the tee line was a 7. It was a quicker, easier way to communicate to the skip the actual stopping spot of the rock so that he could call the line accordingly. So a 1 being just over the hog line.
That was a sweeping error.
Try to nose that. Board.
Absolutely perfect weight on the Saskatchewan rock.
I guess we're better off. This is the most.
Just a fraction of a second late in starting the sweeping. These guys are so powerful and such strong sweepers. They can hold a rock. So it makes the line calling by the skip so much more important.
It really does nothing,
That's
Dave.
good.
Yeah, like that we should hit that hair high.
Yeah, it's super straight on the wings. So I like this ice. I got out last night and played 6 ends with the social league, so I'm one with the ice surface here.
Wesley's actually put the broom down exactly where he wants to hit the rock. So I expect this to be in the firm, normal takeout weight. Not huge, because he would like to stick around.
Whoa! Whoa! No. Whoa.
And just as suspected, it stayed very straight. And this gives Corey another chance at getting this red one off the forefoot and sitting 2.
Wesley's other option there was to bring his weight down considerably in an attempt to remove second shot rock and lie 2. The risk in that, which he chose not to take on, was if you're just a hair wide or just a hair inside, that a score of 3 would be on the table for Team Saskatchewan. So being up 3-0, Saskatchewan still has to execute this hit and roll perfectly. And if they do, 3 is still on the table, but Wesley's would like to keep them to 2 if at all possible. And this is curling.
Oh, dear. Just hit it too thin and went out the back.
I mean, even if you rolled there, I love him trying the blank, right?
Oh yeah, you don't worry about whatever you want to try.
Yeah. He doesn't do much, right? So your board leader actually moves.
I like that with control.
Yeah, I like that with control. The guard's pretty high. The curl's all late, right?
8.5.
Okay, if you heard the discussion between Wesley and his third, they're talking about control weight. So
Yeah.
they like this rock to curl a little bit after it gets past the guard. They'd like to stick around in the 8-foot and force Team Saskatchewan to either draw for 1 or
Can you give me half an
attempt
inch more, I
a
think?
double
Yeah.
for the blank. So
Watch. Whoa. Sadie up. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. 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 Right off. Right off. Right off. Right off. No roll right now, Graham. Let it curl. No roll. No roll, Graham.
Nice shot, and I think that's a sigh of relief for Ontario. They were looking at giving up a 3 at one point and now forcing Saskatchewan to 1. And you heard Corey, he said he's frustrated. He shouldn't be too frustrated. He had them on the hook for 3, 2 for sure. So just keep doing what they're doing and keep generating opportunities and finishing off the ends.
yeah, on swingy ice too. We've seen it over and over this week. It's a hit and stick, hit and roll. They're very, very precise shots when you bring the weight down, and the rocks really curling. So it's drawing full 8-foot for a single point. I expect him to be pretty close here. This one is starting to curl. And in for the single point.
Clean dude. Going behind and start ripping.
Nice
Another
shot.
2-point lead with.
Saskatchewan's got to feel that they just let one slip away there, an opportunity for multiple points.
I guess we didn't need to stay around with mine. Like the guard was so high.
On the sheet right next to us, we're watching the ladies' bronze medal game, Ontario versus Quebec. They're playing in the third end with many, many rocks in play, and currently it's Quebec up on Ontario 2-1. Ontario does have the hammer, but it looks like Quebec's got a rock in there, quite buried behind 5 rocks. Now our game's in the fourth end, coming back towards the glass. I think we're going to see Team Saskatchewan being down 2 without the hammer. They're going to go. They're going to go hard, and they're going to try and keep the play in the center behind center guards. And I think we might see.
Yeah, you can be positive to it.
First rock down was the center guard. Ontario's either going to go around it and try and tick it over, and then we'll see Team Saskatchewan try and produce another center guard.
If it's a straight rock, we're in good shape here. How much?
10.
Oh, okay. As long as it's not right here.
Okay.
A 10 being back line.
The attempt was
That
to
rock there
move
quicker?
that rock off the center
Just
line.
the switch between going up and down.
The weight was good, just didn't have the line. And Corey's going to opt to come around.
Okay.
The teams were generous enough to do some fundraising prior to the championship for the Curling Canada charity of choice called For the Love of Curling, and in support of developmental and junior curling. And yesterday, the BC ladies team from the Comox Valley Curling Club were announced to have raised the most amount of money. They raised $6,000 through various fundraising initiatives prior to the event. And congratulations to them, and they will take home one of $4,000 grants for club improvements.
Graham, all the way. All the way.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You really held that. Okay, my fault. Sorry.
So we're seeing Team Saskatchewan with the center guard, not attempting to throw a second center guard, attempting to. If this is made perfectly, we'll see Team Ontario removing the one center guard, throwing the second center guard. I believe Team Saskatchewan is well aware of Team Ontario's peeling ability, and they would much rather come into the forefoot of the top button area now and then attempt to guard this rock for 6 more shots or 5 more shots.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
So just a bit heavy. So this will be interesting whether Wesley Forget chooses to remove the center guard. After watching him play several games this week, this is exactly what you would expect him to do, being 2 up with the hammer.
Lean, Dave. Whoa, 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 whoa. No.
So the object's to remove this rock, and if it does over-curl a hair, he wouldn't be too upset with an off-center corner guard with the hammer.
You flipped tight on it, and I was like, okay, so it's not
Corey's walking up, replacing the guard, hoping for a miss.
got it out there fine. I just didn't catch it full.
Which
Good situation.
we witnessed this a few times yesterday in the BC Ontario game, where Team BC was in the game, but they just needed a half shot or a miss from Team Ontario, and we went end after end after end without seeing that at all. Team Ontario has all the shots.
I love watching Graham. He's so technically sound.
Whoa, clean, Dave.
Throws it very accurately. You can tell he's been working on his technique, and it's paying off. Looks great.
If you're teaching your children how to curl, maybe get watch a video of that, how square he is in the hack to the broom when he starts. His shoulders are always completely level. The rock, his nose, everything is lined up perfectly in a straight line towards the broom, and then his release with his hand high on the rock is positive, and it's not in, out, or over the top, clean, and very, very readable for a skipper to call the line. Saskatchewan's back, another center guard. And Wesley's in a really, really comfortable spot here.
Speaking of technique and strategy, yesterday we hosted the high performance clinic, and we had 40 curlers out from the various provincial and territory teams. And we had celebrity coaches that had a wealth of curling knowledge. We had Harvey Mazinki, he was the 1973 Brier champion skip for Saskatchewan. We had Jim Ursel out, 77 Brier champion skip for Quebec. Brent Giles, 82 provincial championship skip, and his coach Kelly Scott. Rob Kofsky, provincial champion with Pat Ryan, and Pat Ryan himself, who hosted the off-ice strategy session. And that just gives the curlers an opportunity to ask any questions that they had on technique. We worked on sources of power, the stance in the hack, sweeping techniques. It was really well received.
It could, but it's tough.
Wesley's talking about, about attempting the double and leaving the shooter as a corner. But they chose to just remove the center guard. And
I always find that's a tough shot. The skips call for that hit on the center one and to roll perfectly to a corner. And so many times you're trying to play it so perfectly that you end up nosing the guard and leaving that center line guard or, in the 4-foot area. Wants at this point. Corey would love for Team Ontario to keep some guards around for them. And I don't think Wesley's going to let that happen.
Well, with Skip's Rocks to come here, Team Saskatchewan, I think we'll see in his next shot where he'll come into the house. If he throws this center guard perfectly, I think Wesley might just have a little discussion about what to do with his first one. So the center guard's successful. It's very, very high. And we've seen the amount of swing on this ice. This is going to be interesting. Let's see if we can listen into Wesley, what they're going to might see him just try and come around it.
Yeah. So we buried around a rock. We ended up being right here, right?
Steve, your BC boys are having a tough go over there. They just gave up another deuce. So it is 5-1 for Alberta in the bronze medal game.
You break my heart. Looks like they're at the fourth end break.
Yeah, we've still got lots of curling to go here. We're coming up to the halfway point. Anything can happen.
Yeah, playing the 4 rock free guard zone. It is, you're never out of a game being down by 3 or 4 points, especially with 4 ends left to go. So we're going to see Team Ontario attempt the outturn, come around. Just wants this rock into the top 4-foot area. I anticipate Wesley being very, very close to this.
Line's good. Hard, Graham. Really hard.
They got to go for weight here.
This might be the first little slip.
Well, leave it there. Leave it there. Is that like a 4? A little softer.
And you see how David jumped in to replace Rathwell in the sweeping. It's so hard as a sweeper to go 100% the entire way down the sheet. So David jumps in, and we do that on our team. I play lead for Team Sherry Madaw, where if we know we have to sweep it from one end to the other, the second sweeper goes about 50%. And then once the first sweeper has run out of gas, we switch and hopefully generate a little more power that way.
So an excellent opportunity for Team Saskatchewan to make basically the same draw that he threw in the second end, coming back this way, where he was attempting to go through the hole. I expect him to be very, very close with this.
Looks great.
Line is perfect.
Great judging. Right on the Traveler's Red umbrella.
Excellent shot. On Wesley's first one that he came up just a hair light, he communicated to his team that he thought he'd thrown enough. They indicated to him that they were looking for a 3.8 split, and he threw a 4.0. So he acknowledged it, and now he's drawing to the edge of the button for a single point here in the fourth end.
Sorry, that looks a little more positive.
Oh, I'm so wrong on so many levels. It doesn't matter. I just know because somebody heard it. Like, we're not under and we won the 6,000.
Line's good. Clean it. Clean it.
Take a look. I think the weight's okay.
Line's fine. Line's fine.
Sadie.
Through. Line's fine. Wait on
Line's
me.
good. Sadie, clean. Whoa.
Wait on me.
Whoa, line's good.
Wait on me, boys.
Line's really good.
Look at this. Foot heavy. Well, after 4 ends, scores now 3-2 Ontario over Saskatchewan in the gold medal game. They're going to take a short break, and we'll be back. Ontario will have the hammer in the 5th end.
One might say I was born to overcome challenges. 2 months premature, in and out of the hospital, and a heart condition. My parents call me their miracle baby. As with all survivors, I searched for my place in this world, and I found it here. This pebbled ice is where I battle now, and at only 12, I am already a 5-year veteran of this sport. I have my sights set on the Olympics. I will push hard to get there. The only size that matters in this sport is the size of your dreams.
This ice is everything. It's where I come to feel close to her, to feel whole. This building helped raise me when my mother no longer could. When I step on the ice, she steps with me. My dad is my rock. We're a team now, like the 4 of us when we step on the ice. People say that this isn't a contact sport, but that's not true. It contacts you where you need it the most.
Well, we're back for the fifth end of our men's championship game. My name's Steve Wright. I'm here with Lee Armstrong from Travelers. We're your hosts for this men's final game. They've put up a graphic of the championship trophy for the 2016 Travelers Championship. All of the incredible medals, gold, silver, and bronze. The trophy is out on the ice surface for the players to see, and suspiciously enough, everybody went over to have a look, and in true Canadian hockey fashion, nobody touched it. So, exactly what you'd expect. So, we are back and started on the fifth end. Ontario with the hammer. Saskatchewan after a steal of one. Well back into this game with 4 ends to go. I think we're going to see some great shot making in this second half. Saskatchewan requested a tight center guard, half and half on the center line. Execution perfect. Team Ontario attempting to come around with that center guard. Would like to keep this rock above the T line. Even just tucked an eighth of a rock or a corner of a rock to make Team Saskatchewan shot. They don't want to give him an opportunity to get to the inside of this stone. I don't think we're going to see a takeout by Team Saskatchewan, but
Like T-line.
yeah, just bump it back. Try and roll a hair in behind, just tap that red rock out in the open. Again, Team Saskatchewan's thinking 3-4 shots ahead. What it's going to look like, what's their best opportunity to steal. So they do have the center guard, so
hard line. Really hard.
this rock is over curling.
Good weight.
It in.
So both yellow rocks still in the free guard zone. Team Ontario cannot remove them. So
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
he's,
Oh, like the Christmas tree. Yeah.
yeah, he's requested the freeze on his own rock, maybe a slight tap. So advantage early in this end to Team Ontario.
Dave's rock. All the way for everything. Get it in, guys. Go, go, go. I'll take it, great.
Line is excellent. Sandy just might be just a hair light. So if you could hear the microphone players on the ice, they talked about the split being 90, and as discussed earlier, we know that the split time requested for top of the house to T line is about 75, 3.75 seconds. So they knew it was light, and that was why they pounded it, as they say, from coast to coast, and got it up to a 3-guard position.
Okay.
I agree the rock's a
We
little
might- yep.
slow. It's hard. You're also throwing times that make sense.
David Schmirler with the come around attempt. Just a touch heavy, bounced off shot rock.
I kind of like nose,
Looks like
actually.
it's the rock's about 7/8 open.
Yeah.
Ontario.
Then we're going to do that.
Ontario an opportunity
do that.
to hit and roll behind
Yeah.
one of the corner guards. So with the properly executed, with the hammer, he'll be line 2 behind cover.
No, never.
Sandy.
Hard, Dave!
Sandy.
Dave! No, okay.
Yes, hard was.
Just a bit outside. Saskatchewan attempting a come around the center guard into the top 4-foot position. Would like it
Line's really good.
fully buried. The amount of curl here, he may even be able to corner freeze shot rock at the edge of the edge of the 4-foot. This one's
Hard west. Hurry.
You have no idea how bizarre that is. I know no other way.
looks like he's got it about a third buried, a little bit higher.
You want to go down the board? Just control. Same weight.
Team Ontario discussing which weight they'd like to throw. That last takeout attempt by Ontario was a little bit heavier than what was requested. So Wesley Forget just confirming with his player what weight is required, and they chose board weight, and he tightened the ice. Looked like he tightened it about an inch. So this rock should be close to sticking around with board weight. Perfect shot. It rolled for third shot. And we'll see Team Saskatchewan attempt the come around again. I've noticed Saskatchewan skip tightened the ice by about an inch. So I expect to see this one buried just a little bit more than the last one. And look at this. Absolutely perfect pistol. Team Ontario will have none of this. So it's just a question of whether he's going to run this rock straight back and leave a center guard, or whether he's going to attempt the peel. So he's got two options here. He can actually remove shot rock off of his own rock, or absolutely nut this. And when I say nut it, it's absolutely make it perfectly just across the face and leave both red rocks in the house completely buried.
Hard sailing it. Whoa.
There we go. The run back was attempted, just over curled, just a hair. It was just a little tight coming out. Good firm weight. Removed both center guards.
I think we got a hit.
So hitting this right, his other option is to guard, but he cannot both avenues to remove shot stone. Ontario would still be able to come off their own rock because it's higher in the house. So he's chose to hit to lie 3.
Yep. Whoa.
Object being he's forcing Ontario to 1. Or an attempt at 1. So, but of course Ontario has something to say about that.
Yeah, I think we had to do that. If we missed the guard, the game's over. Yeah.
He's got a lot of options here.
If that
Be interesting to see what they decide.
Just try. You want a thin shot though, right there. It's a tough double, Dave. To stick.
Well,
Like, I'm almost in
let's
favor of
listen in.
hitting this and rolling underneath that. To keep play over here. Because this, I think, is just going to sit right there.
It doesn't go underneath that, though.
You think you can make the double that way? Or maybe make the triple. No, I guess it won't ever
I
kick
hate
down
trying
low.
that. You just have to move to here. You can try that if you want.
There's no room for a rock.
It's
It might
coming.
just
No,
sit
no,
right
no.
there,
It's
right?
staying.
You can play to hit a 16th from that. If you just miss it, that's okay. Isn't it?
Well, no, 'cause then
well,
we're
we're
gonna
saying
go
it touches
screaming
it on the way by.
We want to hit this on the inside first.
Yeah. Unless it's close that way.
What turn do you want to throw at this? You're throwing at the hole.
Out.
Throw the out?
Out.
Just miss it?
Yeah, I'll throw it big.
Yeah.
Here.
Because it's going to float out a hair, I think, eh?
Yeah, I agree. Just hit the hole.
It's nice to have microphones on the players. We can actually get their thoughts and their strategy decisions. So,
Graham, hard! Hard, Graham! Hard, Graham!
Try and roll it here. It's good.
then Wesley's thought process there is looking a couple of shots ahead
No, it wasn't there at all.
and
A little
trying
more and
to
you kinda Christmas tree it.
give himself the best chance to score two with the hammer. I mean, so we're going to see Saskatchewan try and remove the red rock and roll into a position where there's no triple. And placement of these rocks, he's got to be precise here.
Hurry. Whoa, clean. Yep, hard! Hard!
This is curling. Is he able to hold it? Excellent sweeping. So
Or does that come
Wesley's
back?
first motion with his broom is that there is a triple. Just high side hit on the rock that is full 8
Yeah, that's the other option.
would hopefully have that rock at the top 8 spinning off the rock on the 4-foot and take out the rock at the back 12 as well, leaving the shooter in the 12-foot on the outturn side. And remember 5 shots ago that hit and roll that left a little biter at the back.
Inside the nose double, or he hits the nose under.
Very, very important rock now.
Control, the out. We figure if we try to triple, I'm rolling the shooter out. We might not even kill the back one and run against 2. So we're just going to make the hit and roll behind the yellow.
So Wesley's call is to hit and roll behind the yellow guard, try and work his 2 that way. His thought process was that the weight that he would have to throw to try and make the triple, that his shooter would go out, and he wasn't positive that they would be able to remove that rock in the back 12. So that being said, his hit and roll attempt here is to set up his 2. Now you noticed the skip for Team Saskatchewan went to sweep that rock. He is currently holding his throwing broom, which is not a certified sweeping broom for this national championship. So he recognized the fact, instinct took over that he should be sweeping that rock out. When he realized that he did not have an approved broom in his hand, he quickly looked to his third for help.
But missed it.
So
He knows it's not 1 for 2, but like their second shot over there.
Yeah.
The one we're hitting.
I think I like forcing here. Force to 1.
Okay.
Get two coming home. We're tied up with the home man.
Force 1 and 7, get 2 and 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Just up. I just gotta hit that.
Outside?
Yeah, or
We're on the
even
outside?
nose is fine.
Yeah.
We're laying 3 then, but anywhere on the outside it sticks it.
So the object for Saskatchewan is to lie 3 and force Ontario to the attempt for a single point. He's got... Okay. Ontario's got a nose hit, can roll anywhere to the left side of the sheet, can still be shot, and can even roll to the right, just a little bit of rock or so, and still count 1. We'll see Wesley bring the weight down a bit just to make sure that he sticks around. So he's taken a few more inches of ice. I expect this to be somewhere in the bumper maximum of control weight. Very well thrown. Very well thrown. His other option was to attempt a double in the rollout, but he's up 2, playing the 6th end, and relinquished the hammer to Team Saskatchewan, and we're going to have 3 incredible finishing ends here. I expect this to come right down to it. Going across the other sheets in the ladies' bronze medal game, on sheet 4, Quebec was able to score 2 with the hammer in and 5 to go up 5-2 on Team Ontario. The ladies' gold medal game is Manitoba is up 4-3. They're playing in the 6th end, and Alberta has the hammer. And my BC boys over there are having a bit of a struggle, but they're fighting back. The BC Alberta game, the bronze medal game for the men, is playing in the 6th end, and Alberta is in control at 6-1. BC has the hammer and a few rocks in play, so we'll keep an eye on them. Hopefully they can tighten that score up in the last 3 ends.
Clean if you can, Dave. Dave, you gotta clean it. It's gonna over curl. You almost gotta be in with that line. Line. You can't touch that.
We are in. We're top 8.
Team Ontario attempting a really tight guard onto shot stone. With the variance on that shot being the top 8 or the top freeze is still something that Team Saskatchewan's going to have to deal with. So, decision time, real decision time for Saskatchewan, how aggressive they go after their deuce here. And he chose to control weight, hit and stick, and he wants this yellow rock to stay in front of the red rock, the high red rock. It's not a double attempt, it's just a hit and stick in front of this. And And being up 2 points, Wesley, true to form, is going to attempt to remove the corner guard.
Try and keep the lead for you so that they don't have to be so precise.
Saskatchewan with the hammer in the sixth end, doing everything they possibly can to try and generate their 2 points, tie this game up, and really make for an interesting last 2 ends.
Should have double guarded.
So.
Yeah, they would love to score 2 here and tie it up, but 1 is acceptable, keeping within 1 point. What's not acceptable is any steals for Ontario.
And I think we'll see a series of appeals for Ontario.
And we might be looking at a blank option as well for Saskatchewan and carrying into the 7th, down 2 with the hammer.
You were right at the stick, Grant. That was good. Really I was tight.
But what we talked about yesterday, Steve, was the importance of having the hammer in the 6th and the 8th end. And the theory is, 2 hammers to the other team's 1.
Very, very important.
And even though they're down by 2, generating 2 with the hammer would be great.
And I don't think that it would be hugely surprising if in 3 or 4 or 5 more rocks you see Wesley just might change gears here, because that rock is sitting at the top of the button, is very, very guardable. His strategy is very clear here, that he's trying to eliminate the easier chance at 2 by removing the corner guards. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if just a little bit farther down the road here, Wesley doesn't change gears and bring something into the really tight guard, or even into the top, just biting the top of the house.
I ran into some very nervous Saskatchewan fans downstairs, and I often think it's harder to watch than it is to play.
Yes. I think that way you can throw the curl a bit.
Even though you're on the warm side of the glass, you're throwing every shot. You want it so bad for the team. And the Saskatchewan team isn't showing any signs of nervousness, maybe a bit of frustration at times, but Corey's a pretty cool cat.
Yeah, I can see where their family and friends would be more anxious than they are.
No, never. No. Oh!
Hit and roll out a little closer than what they were hoping. The thrown rock very close to removing the rock at the top of the button. And now, just Team Saskatchewan skip. Corey's talking about changing gears himself. That being said, I think he anticipates, as we mentioned before, that potentially Wesley could change gears. So he's talking about being proactive and not giving him an opportunity to do that. So he's talking about coming down and freezing on that rock. Which in turn would would not give them shot rock, but they discussed it quickly, and they're going to throw another corner guard. So this is the chess game. This is the strategy, and these skips have not disappointed. They both know exactly what they're doing. They both know the rewards, the risk reward from the shots. I'm sure they both understand the percentages too. The corner guard is a higher percentage shot than a perfect freeze on a rock at the top of the button. But they also are very, very confident in their teams and their team's ability to make all shots. So here we go. We just talked about this, about potentially Wesley changing gears, and here we go.
You think so? Even if he's half buried, right? I got to make the freeze.
Yeah. Let's go with it.
I like the guard too.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, how are we making
There.
this? We can throw the in, we can throw the out.
That literally the shot you threw there, that draw that we came up late on the fourth end was a shot.
Okay. And as long as it's high side, it's 3/4 covering it, we could be on the paint too.
Low side? Do you want to guard that side of anything?
Yes, we do, yes.
Yeah.
But if we're on, we want to be high side because then there's no double and bury.
Yeah.
I love that. You know, you hear David, he says you've thrown this shot before. You might came up a bit light, but that's the shot. So that's the kind of encouragement that you like to see from a good vice, instilling confidence into their skip.
And there was no discussion about the shot was decided. The discussion was which side of the rock was more important to cover than the other. That he wants this rock to curl just past the nose of the rock that he's guarding, so that there's no lightweight hit and roll behind the corner guard that was thrown by Saskatchewan.
Both of you. Yes. Hard.
As far as you can.
Hard.
Really got to go here because I want to cover the other side of the rock. I'd say that's pretty much perfect.
Can I get a driver to the front door, please? Driver to the front door.
Now the question is, with skip Corey Kuvac, is there enough room? Is that guard high enough that they can still get around it, push it to the back 12, and roll to the full 8 behind their corner guard? So that's what they're discussing right now, is the weight to the broom. Decision made.
What kind of weight did he decide on?
He was talking about back 12 to just through the house. So his role on this is where the shooter ends up is his concern. He wants it completely buried behind the corner yellow guard and shot stone. Not concerned about rolling, about removing the shot stone right now.
Although I guess it doesn't hurt as well if I just tap the block and yeah. No, I like that.
Okay, the front end had some input. They did it properly. They just asked the skipper. As most front ends will do down at the other end, the skip and the third are at one end discussing strategy, and the front end, of course, as all you front end players know, you know everything. And
Why, thank you, Steve.
They had another option, and they presented it to their skipper in the way of, did you think about this? You know, and they felt it was an easier shot, just to bring the weight down to like back 8 and just tap this rock back where it's also jammable. Skipper agreed with them that it's basically the same shot that he's thrown twice before in this game on the even ends. The in-turn draw to the button. He's tightened his ice up a little bit, and he's going to throw 2 feet more weight.
morning, curling fans. Again, just a reminder, immediately following the last game, we're going to have a very quick ceremony out on the ice. We're going to be doing the banquet, the victory banquet, almost immediately. We're going to ask your cooperation, if you don't mind, in backing away from the rails, maybe help me putting the chairs back around the table.
That's a big miss. And that's the danger with that shot. It's kind of one of those either or situations where, you know, you tighten the ice and you want to throw a little bit more weight, you end up going by, it doesn't curl. And really, if you're going to miss there, he had to hit the top one. And now Wesley's going to try to really nail it in and bring another one in top 8 and make Corey's shot for 1 really hard.
Line's good, good. Room,
Line's good,
room, room.
Line's good. Well then. Line's fine. No. No then. Right on. The rocket. Only if you can, Dave.
Absolutely
Dave, whoa.
perfect.
Good.
Well, Corey has a shot for 1. It's a straight, cold draw to the button. Against 2 Ontario counters in the all-important 6th end. So.
He's pretty much in a must-make situation here.
Yep. Touch pin. You're half in the white, so
that really walked in there. Like it walked. Why am I watching this? What am I doing?
Out-turn draw to the edge of the button. It is out there.
It's hot. Oh, that's a steal of 2 for Ontario. Making it a 6-2 lead going into the 7th end.
The Ontario skip staying down at this end to discuss with his team exactly as all good skips do. He has a plan for this end. He's up by 4. 2 ends to go. He just wants to make sure that his team is all on the same page. The option is to throw it through and hit your way through the end and give up a point or 2 and take the hammer in the 8th end up 1, 2, or 3. He discussed it with his team, and they decided to put the first rock in the top 4, which will have to be dealt with by Team Saskatchewan at some point.
As far as you can. You got to be deep here, guys. Are you good or?
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I mean, who am I kidding? Sandy Staples. Good throws in.
as they have been all week long, all 4 players are absolutely on the same page. Communication's excellent between the front end and the back end, and they know exactly what they're doing. I think another rock in play for Team Ontario. Sandy made the first one so perfectly. I think you'll see the next rock being thrown through the house.
Let's just make this good.
Oh.
But that being said, look at this. Yeah, he's Sandy just made it. He's asking him
Our goal is to give up 2.
to do it again. And you heard his discussing with his team. His worst case scenario is we give up 2 and we're 2 up, playing 8 with the hammer. So, oh no, he is going to throw it through.
This is the best part about being lead, you know? You make all your shots up into the 7th, you get to throw some through.
Yeah, it's a pretty good situation when you've got your lead throwing a rock through the house. Not that there's not a really good spot for this rock. There's just more bad spots for it that could help the other team. So we're going to see a series of peels of the corner guards by Team Ontario after this one is executed. And Saskatchewan's goal here is to put these quite far apart and about even on the sheet so that there's no double peel. And that's out of respect for Ontario's peeling ability, and they know they can make all these shots. So and how hard Ontario can throw the stone. He's asking just for a single peel.
Pretty high up, so.
There's a potential for a double peel, but as said earlier in the end, Wesley mentioned that his goal for this end, his plan, is to give up at least a point. Worst case scenario is 2, and then come home on the 8th end with the hammer. So call is a single peel. Just remove the guard and roll out. Made perfectly. The potential is there, and maybe a 1/4 inch off of making the perfect double peel. So he actually moved both corner guards, but left his shooter as a corner guard for Saskatchewan.
And as we look across the sheets, Quebec is up on Ontario 5-3. Handshakes, Alberta winning the bronze against Team BC men. And for the ladies' final, they are tied 4-4 in the 7th. And Manitoba has the hammer. So a great game happening over there.
That one's a bit higher, but
just get the yellow.
Yeah.
Looking at the line score of the BC-Alberta game, Alberta took control of the game at 3-0 after 2 ends. BC scored 1 in the 3rd end, and then Alberta came back with 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, steal a 1 in the 5th, steal a 1 in the 6th, to make it 7-1 final after 6 ends. So congratulations, Team Alberta, are bronze medal winners at this year's National Championship Travelers.
For the first 6 years of the championship, we did not have a bronze medal game. And since Curling Canada taking over the operation of the event, they have introduced the bronze medal, and that's a great thing. It's more curling for us to watch here, and it mirrors the championships within Curling Canada, such as the Brier and the Scotties, that also have that bronze medal game. And that's not an easy game to play either. I mean, you lost the semifinal yesterday, maybe after winning the quarterfinals or tiebreakers, and you have to really get yourself up for that bronze medal game, and it looks like Alberta was able to do that today, so kudos to them.
I think it was a great addition to the championship, adding the bronze medal game. It's still a medal in a national championship, and there's not a team here that is up here watching right now that would not like to be out there playing for a medal. So Saskatchewan's shifted gears here with a series of corner guards and peels, and they're now going to try and work their two by coming around the one remaining corner guard. Now Wesley's asked his player to remove the fully exposed Saskatchewan stone and roll out. He doesn't want to sit there. That could only help Saskatchewan, giving them something to freeze to. So, excellent execution. His other option was to go up and remove the corner guard, but because that rock was fully exposed, he still has his rock at the top 4 foot, thrown perfectly by his lead, Sandy. And if this is made perfectly, we would see Ontario remove the corner guard, and as stated by Wesley himself earlier in this end, the worst case scenario is for him is Saskatchewan gets there too, which we already know Ontario is completely happy with. So, and absolutely perfect, just a perfect outturn come around a corner guard. So no hesitation from Wesley at all. This guy has totally impressed me all week. Just his decision making, his strategy, how he's went about his business, how he's dealt with his team, how he's worked with his third, the communication level on this team. They deserve wholeheartedly to be where they're at right now. So he's not trying anything cute here. He's not trying to run back and just missing it by a quarter of an inch and leaving a guard. He's just removing this guard, taking a score of 3 out of play, and his worst case scenarios he gives up the 2, which we heard from him earlier. He is completely happy with. So, and he has one more shot at some sort of a double. I think Saskatchewan. Yeah, he's talking about playing a hit and roll off this one.
Is there a way you could generate 3 right now? No guards in play.
No matter, even if he made this a come around that rock at the top button to somewhere back button, back 4, you would still see Wesley, because we've heard it from his own words that giving up 2 is fine. You would see Wesley hitting the open rock that he just made open by his previous peel. So he's that's an interesting call, because he is not going to deal with shot rock. He is going to throw the in-turn wide to the 8 foot on the tee line. Then we'll see Wesley hit one of them, and then the Saskatchewan skip would have a nose hit for his 2, and but no risk of giving up the 3, which was Wesley's plan right from the start of this end. So he doesn't want to make a play on the one at the center line. If his discussion with his front end was, if he noses that rock and sits right there, it's higher in the house than the one on the edge. And he's going to. Okay, so after a little bit of discussion, he's going to try and hit and roll to the right side, separate these rocks.
Ticket number 301-1048. And again, that's 301-1048.
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Really difficult double. If anybody in the field can make this, it's Wesley. There's about 1 rock depth of difference, and there is 5.5 feet between rocks. So even Wesley's acknowledging that that's an incredibly flat double, that just a hit and roll over to keep shot rock, just to complicate Team Saskatchewan's attempt for 2.
What Wesley's done really well, and I think his team as well, is they've made the easy shots almost 100% of the time. They might not make the hard run backs or the doubles every single time, but it's about making those simple shots.
Yeah, I was given that advice many years ago from a friend of mine, Terry Miller, who said, as the skipper, you got to make the easy ones and make the odd hard one. And it is so true. Make your draws, make your hits.
That's right. And, our coach, Bob Turcotte, he always says, if you can draw, you're going to win. And so many times, you've seen Team Ontario today make a lot of precise draws. They had great draw weight, and then it makes the other team chase you.
And on the back end, both these skips are excellent ice readers. So as a lead or a second or a third, it's nice to get into the hack knowing that if you throw it well, the result will be there, that the broom's in the right spot, and you have excellent sweepers in front of you.
They really got to go on this. They got to drag it.
Oh.
That's too bad.
One for Saskatchewan.
I'm not sure Wesley's made a ton of shots with that last rock. I'm not sure if they've played with these rocks this week. But we have handshakes here. So we have the 2016 Canadian Men's Travelers Champions, Team Ontario from the Cataraqui Golf and Country Club. Congratulations. And congratulations to Team Saskatchewan on a wonderful week.
And thank you, Lee Armstrong. I'm Steve Wright, and this has just been an absolute blast for all of us involved here. And congratulations, Team Ontario. See a bit of emotion out on the ice. They're the top of the world right now, and Team Saskatchewan got to be very proud of how they played all week. That was their first loss. First loss of the week. They got to come off the ice with smiles on their face. We're going to step over next door to the ladies' bronze medal game, which is in the eighth end. And we're looking at Team Quebec is up by 3 without the hammer. So Team Ontario trying to find a way. There's 3 Ontario guards, and they're going to try and find a way to generate their 3 points here. The ladies' gold medal game over on sheet 8 is currently in the 7th end, with Manitoba having the hammer at the score tied 4-4. That feed is happening live right now on the other channel, if you choose to check that out. Excellent shot by Team Ontario, tapping up a rock behind the guard. You see Team Quebec trying to remove the guard. The Ontario line 1. They still have 4 rocks to come.
Team Ontario from the Lindsay Curling Club. in the Peterborough area in Ontario.
She's chosen to utilize the center guard. Come around. Very important that this rock stays in the paint. A couple of different options for Team Quebec being up by 3 points here without the hammer. They could choose to utilize the center guard as well and hit and roll behind and complicate the issue. I believe there was very little discussion on this, that the choice was to attempt the double takeout.
How good is that?
And
great shot.
That could be a game winner. Excellent shot, excellent execution. Now, if you see, if we see Team Ontario with only 3 rocks left and down by 3 points, if we see Team Ontario come around the center guard absolutely perfectly, we're going to see Team Quebec remove it, and then they would have some type of takeout on an open rock for the win. This line looks really, really good. The only very, very tight to the guard. And it's going to just poke out the other side a bit, but I think we'll see Team Quebec go up and remove that center guard. Yeah, no doubt. Just wants to hit about a half a rock so that there's nothing cute happening on the outside where that rock could come off a corner guard and potentially spin towards the house. So she wants a third to a half and just completely expose shot rock, which would allow her an open hit on her next one for the win. Got a little bit closer to the nose than she wanted, but result is 1 red rock left in the house, completely exposed, and 2 rocks to come. So Ontario has to bring this rock into the house
and hope for a miss.
And just that's it. Well played end by Team Quebec.
I'm wondering if you would ever play a pretty aggressive split on the one in the top 12 foot, hoping to push that one behind the corner guard, and your shooter would roll behind the others.
Yeah. Good eye, Lee, because that would be the call right now, to hit and lie 3, and then it would not just be a straight removal of a rock to win the game, that she would have to roll
I think
somewhere.
that's what she's trying. There we go. Great shot. I like that.
Almost perfect.
Okay, and this is for the win.
By the glass would be greatly appreciated, so we get these last couple tables set up. We'll be starting lunch almost immediately. So the teams, if they want to find their tables as soon as the game is over, that would be greatly appreciated. We do have some teams trying to catch a flight.
Skip Natalie Gagnon from the Riverbend Curling Club in Quebec.
So again, we'd appreciate your cooperation in
removal of this stone is secures the bronze medal.
items before you vacate your seats along the rail. Thank you.
Sweepers are cleaning it. She have it.
Looks good.
Looks good.
Well done.
And a huge sigh of relief. Look at the smiles.
Congratulations to Team Quebec, our bronze medal winners at the Travelers Curling Club Championship, and to Team Ontario for a wonderful week.
One might say I was born to overcome challenges. 2 months premature, in and out of the hospital, and a heart condition. My parents call me their miracle baby. As with all survivors, I searched for my place in this world, and I found it here. This pebbled ice is where I battle now, and at only 12, I am already a 5-year veteran of this sport. I have my sights set on the Olympics. I will push hard to get there. The only size that matters in this sport is the size of your dreams.
This ice is everything. It's where I come to feel close to her, to feel whole. This building helped raise me when my mother no longer could. When I step on the ice, she steps with me. My dad is my rock. We're a team now, like the 4 of us when we step on the ice. But that's not true. It contacts you where you need it the most.
off the ice. Looks like we can go, doesn't it? Let's go. So the banners, it's French only at the bottom. I know. Maybe fun.
Teams to use line committee presented on the ice. Gold, bronze, and silver teams line up, please. Starting up there.
Yeah, when he has the red chicken, my food's looks like they're lined up. I don't know. Are we ready to go? They ready?
That's way too close. The teams are going to be standing on the hot line. Pull the trophy table over to sheet 7.
You ready? Got the teams ready with their flags?
Just about. Do we have music ready?
Music's ready. We're waiting for your
Ready?
teams.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the closing ceremonies of this 2016 Riders Curling Club Championship. Have you enjoyed yourself this week with all the great curling? I'd like to introduce to you for this closing ceremony, from the Board of Governors of Curling Canada, Mr. John Shea. Also, representing Travelers Canada, sponsor Lee Armstrong. Now for the presentations to our medalists. On the ladies' side, our bronze champions from the Riverbend Curling Club in Alma, Quebec. Skip Abdigagnon. Third, Anselme Guerin. Second, Lauren Garreau. And lead, Sylvain Cloutier. Congratulations to Team Quebec. Bronze medals. Our silver medalists on the women's side, from the Calgary Curling Club in the province of Alberta. Morgan Hughes, Lindsay Allen, Sarah Evans, and Sarah Martin-Gray. Congratulations, silver medalists. Congratulations, Team Alberta. On the ladies' side, our gold medalists from the Fort Rouge Curling Club in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Skip Tracy Andrews. Third, Crystal Kennedy. Second, Diana Ashton. Lead, Watson. Congratulations, Team Manitoba, gold medals. On the men's side, our bronze medalists from the Peace River Curling Club in Peace River, Alberta. Skip Scott Webb. Third, Alex Wolf. Second, Stephen Byrne. And lead, David Glass. Congratulations. Congratulations, Team Alberta, on your bronze medal. On the men's side, the silver medalists from the Lieutenant Curling Club in Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan. Skip Corey Kohach. Third, Dave Ricci. Second, Wes Lang. And lead, David Schmerler. Silver medalist from Team Saskatchewan. And on the men's side, the gold medalist from the Cataraqui Golf and Country Club in Kingston, Ontario, Wesley Forget, David Staples, Greg Brackwell, and Sandy Staples. Congratulations to Team Ontario gold medalists. We'll now call on the champions on the ladies' side of Team Manitoba to come forward for the raising of the banner and flag. Presentation. Congratulations, Team Manitoba. And then will be proudly hosting the Portrait Champion. Now on the banner, a presentation to our men's gold medalist from Ontario. That will be proudly hoisted at their own club, which will host the championship in 2017. Now we'll call on John Shane and Philly Canada for the governors for some concluding remarks. Well, wasn't that a fabulous morning of curling? Many of you know the curling is a great thing to watch. I'd like to also thank all the other curlers this week for putting a wonderful show for us. Thank you very much. On behalf of Curling Canada, the governors of Police Canada, and congratulations as part of the closing ceremonies of the 2016 Travelers Curling World Championship. Obviously, McIntyre and his entire staff here at the Kelowna Curling Club. We know how much work we put in over the past week to make this event run so smoothly. We couldn't have been more appreciative of all of your efforts. Thank you. A special thanks also goes out to our team, Bob and Maddie, our curling international staff, the local event staff, ice technicians, Dr. Classical team, our umpires, Patty Classical, Patty Hallwell and her crew, our statisticians, and our numerous volunteers. A great team is a son of business with a field. Thank you. The Kelowna community stepped up in a big way to make the 2016 Travelers Championship a success. With wonderful fan support and wonderful support from the business community, you should all give yourselves a round of applause. To our wonderful partners in Travelers Canada, this is a special event on so many levels, and the people of Travelers with the memories of life. And I thank Lee Armstrong, who's here today from the Argentine Travelers, and from all of our Travelers. To the Curlers, my sincerest congratulations. You have provided us with a superb week of curling and put on a terrific show for the entire event, and it was appreciated. Big thank you to your family members and travelers from all across the country to support you. Not only modern curling is one of the most wonderful elements of the Travelers Army Club Championship, but these athletes weren't just here to play for a national championship. They were also working for the future of our sport through the Love of Curling fundraising contest. That contest was very successful, and I believe we raised over $35,000 yesterday. All these funds which were raised go to help youth curling in our country. The Curling Canada Foundation thank you to all of you for your efforts this week. We'll wrap this up. To the curlers, congratulations.